So I was at the tennis courts with a friend and he showed up with his computer. He pulled it out of the car and walked it over to the tennis courts. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that computer's not going to play tennis with us. He said, hey, I need a favor. I need you to erase this hard drive. I need to make sure that no one can get to anything that was once on it. So I went over to my toolbox in my trunk and I got out a big hammer and a screwdriver. We took out the hard drive and we destroyed it with the hammer. It was so much fun. We're going to talk about safely destroying and disposing of equipment in this nugget. One great tool that you could utilize is a shredder. Now, when you say shredder, I'm sure you, like me, immediately think of paper. And yes, paper shredders are a key office element. And in some communities, they'll have shredding day. They'll hire this company with these industrial-sized shredders, and all the community residents go down and they utilize this service. But realize that shredders might be for things like hard drive as well. This is a company called Jackhammer. Look at this. This guy walks up to this machine, drops in the hard drive, and it is professionally shredded by this shredder. That is so fun to watch, isn't it? Oh, there goes another one. So anyways, when you think shredder, please remember it could be for paper, it could be for optical discs, it could be for hard drives like we see here. Now, at the beginning of this nugget, I told you about my screwdriver and hammer data destruction story with a hard drive. The official tool you would want to use, as you can see in this video, is a drill. So you would get the thing open with a hammer and screwdriver, but then a great way to destroy the information that might be on the platter is to use a drill. This guy looks like he's struggling a little bit, actually. Now, another way you could go to make sure that the hard drive is erased, for example, is to use a degausser. When you use a degausser, you're doing a strong magnetic field to initialize the media. For the exam, I want you to know that degaussing is also what's called a disk wipe. Here you can see a machine that would automate this process for us. There's also lower cost little wands you can use, literally like a Harry Potter wand. I can't believe I just used that analogy. I'm not a Harry Potter guy. But anyways, you get the idea. There are from low cost to very expensive degaussers that we could use. Send your drive to the data killers and they'll burn it for you. That's right, incineration services. Another way to make sure that that data that was once on the drive doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Let's physically deform everything using an intense amount of heat. Boy, this is a fun nugget, isn't it? And notice companies that do this are doing what's called certified destruction. Yes, you'll literally get certificates of destruction that are documents that will attest to the physical destruction of the media and the sensitive data. You might need these documents for legal reasons. Now, wait a minute here. What if we want to recycle the drive? You know, we'd like to wipe the information from it, but we don't want to destroy it. We'd like to install it in another machine, perhaps. Well, understand that a lot of people think that's what they're doing when they format a drive. So they come in here, and I better be real careful here. It's our C drive, and they go to format, and they format the drive. And look at this. It's so great. Windows literally won't let me do that because that's where Windows is. I gotta love that feature. So the software, the operating system right-click format is what's called a standard format, and it's not really erasing the data that was once there. A computer criminal could go in and potentially get it. So a low-level format truly erases the data. The only problem with the low-level format is it is something that is performed by the manufacturer. So keep that in mind. Standard format in the operating system truly does not erase the information. I'll put this paper for you in the Nugget Lab files, but this is a document on overwriting hard drive data. Interesting. That would be an approach, wouldn't it? We will go ahead and take the hard drive, overwrite it. So we're writing over the top of the old data completely. Then we could format it, standard format it, and now the data that was once there is no longer. So as we've seen, there's lots of different methods that we could use to permanently destroy a hard drive and its data, or we could wipe the drive using a variety of methods like degaussing or overwriting the drive. And that's one of the tricky things. You really do have to look closely at what is being done to your disk with various tools that are out there. They'll all probably use the term drive wipe to generically refer to getting rid of your data, but you'll want to investigate exactly what methods are employed. So remember, probably the biggest thing that you need to do is you need to look at what was on that drive. Then you're going to make the determination, is it safe for you to recycle it in some means, or was the information that was there so sensitive that it truly needs to be destroyed? There's going to be different security measures in different compute environments, of course, based on the security needs of that organization and that particular setting. I sure hope this nugget was informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.